Hello and welcome. So this is my December update of my no spend challenge year. So yeah, I guess if you're new, then my situation is I'm living in a community set up for people with developmental disabilities, and I have all my basic needs met, but I get a stipend of $174 each month that is to cover any other expenses I might need. So, you know, any extra clothing or anything like that, that's just, they give you this little bit of pocket money to cover any other expenses, because they do cover already all your basics and food and all those kinds of things. And yeah, I decided to do this challenge to see if I could save as much of that $174, and also just to see what my relationship is to buying things and how I decide, you know, whether I will or won't buy something, and just kind of put myself into a little bit more of a controlled situation to understand it a bit better. And so far, if you've been following it, you would have realized at the beginning, or remembered at the beginning, that I was spending still quite a lot of money considering I'm doing a no spend challenge year, and slowly I've gotten better. Last month was the best I have been so far, at only spending $10 for the whole month of November. And this month I was expecting to spend quite a bit just because it is the holiday season. However, I have somehow walked away from the holiday season clean with only spending no money. Like, I've spent $0, not even 50 cents or $1 this month, and I have no idea how that was achieved, because I was not expecting that at all. You know, I obviously, you think Christmas time you're going to buy lots of presents for people and things like that, and yeah, just somehow I just didn't spend any money. I think partly this is because most of my friends and family are overseas, and I usually don't buy presents for people unless I'm actually going to see them at Christmas time, so that kind of eliminated the majority of people I'd usually buy for. And then my boyfriend, who is living in America, we are sort of long distance slightly at the moment, and we both just said to each other that we weren't going to get anything, and you know, we were probably just going to have a meal or something when we meet up again. So that sort of eliminated that, and also it was his birthday as well, so I still didn't get him anything for his birthday or Christmas. And then I don't know, I had a Secret Santa person in the house that I'm living in, but basically I just re-gifted a present I got for my birthday. So I had my birthday at the end of November, which is always really helpful because I can always re-gift presents, and you know, they needed a scarf and I was given a nice warm scarf that, you know, I could have used, but I don't really need it because I already had one, so I just re-gifted that. And yeah, I think that's kind of how I did it. I did go out, I mean, for New Year's Eve I went out. My friend was playing at a gig, but like a festival gig thing, but they had a free pass, so they gave that to me, so I didn't have to pay to get into that. And then we went out for dinner that night as well. However, I know they kind of know that I am living on such a small amount of money, or you know, I'm only receiving such a small amount of money, and because they're a lot, you know, they're a little bit older than me, they're kind of more like big brothers and big sisters, so they both just shouted me, and they, you know, they covered the meal and they paid my part, which was really, really lovely of them. And yeah, that kind of is how I didn't spend any money on New Year's Eve. And I also don't drink a lot, so that kind of eliminates a big portion of what most people would spend money on, you know, throughout Christmas and also at New Year's Eve. And yeah, I think that's kind of it. I did go out once. Me and my friend went for a really long walk in the woods. However, we got very lost, partly because of me, but also because of him, and because he knows the area. He felt so bad. Like, it was, the sun was setting, we were completely lost in the middle of nowhere, we had to get someone to come find us, and yeah, he just felt really bad. So we went out for a meal afterwards, and he kind of paid for my drink and my meal, because yeah, he just felt really guilty, which was really nice of him. And I didn't, you know, I was like, no, don't worry about it, but you know, he kind of insisted, which was really nice. And yeah, that is my December update, and I hope you have enjoyed this and are enjoying this series. I have really been learning a lot about the way I spend money and how I choose what to spend my money on. I basically do not buy any items really. It's only if I feel like I really need them, or that they're really, really valuable investment for me, but I don't buy any nonsense. Like, I only buy something that is either a necessity or I think is very valuable. And yeah, I don't know, it's really changing when you put yourself into a challenge situation. It really does change your perspective on how you spend money. And yeah, I would suggest for anyone to try and do this. Obviously, you develop your own circumstance, and you have to obviously budget what your basic spendings are, which is like rent and food and all that, and then you can kind of work with what is left over, and just see if, yeah, just when you put yourself into a challenge, you really become a lot more aware of how you spend money, and it's really, really cool. So anyway, this is enough of my little chat. I think I did do a how to start a no spend challenge year, which you can watch. Maybe I'll link it or something so that you can go watch that video. But anyway, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye. Also, I hope you're having a really lovely day. Bye.